busy people getting fit in Fulshear, Texas. Our aim is to help you look better, feel better, and perform better as quickly as possible. I'm your host, Brian White with Blue Eagle Fitness and Nutrition. Welcome. Hey, what's up, Clancy?
Hey, Brian.
Dude, what are we talking about?
That's right. I love this topic because we are talking about nutrition myths that need to die because, it's the news changes all the time. Eat this, don't eat that. This is good, this is bad. And I like this article. It says 5 nutrition myths that need to die for you to lose weight.
That's right. So let's walk through them. First nutrition myth that needs to die is that fresh, the keyword being fresh fruits and vegetables are always healthier than canned, frozen, or dried fruits and vegetables. That is the first myth that needs to die. Now, first of all, when I first got married, which was about 25 years ago, I read a book called Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus. Do you remember that book?
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
think anyone reads that book anymore. It's a phenomenal book. One of the great things we learned are hot words. So hot words are always and never. Those are 2 big hot words. Like you always, you never clean the kitchen. You never take out the trash, right? You're always mad at me. Those are right. That's not true, right? And the same thing for this. Fresh fruits and vegetables are always healthier than canned, frozen, or dried varieties. And the truth is that they're not. They're not, right? How do you eat most of your fruit? Is it fresh fruit?
So I eat a lot of fresh fruit, but we buy those huge bags of frozen blueberries. So right now, if you went to go look in my freezer, you'd find 3 huge bags of frozen blueberries because I put them in my oatmeal every day. Now imagine if I bought that much fresh blueberries and stuck them in my fridge, I wouldn't be able to eat them fast enough.
That's right.
So for me, it really works out. And by the time I'm ready to eat them, they're ready. But I would say I eat a lot of fresh fruit, and then some frozen stuff too.
Yeah. So the benefits, the 2 main benefits to frozen and canned fruits and vegetables. The first is, especially if we talk about frozen, the best benefit of frozen fruit is that it is frozen when it's perfectly ripe state. So they pick fruit as it is ripe and they immediately freeze it, and it can store a lot longer than fresh fruit, right? So when the fresh fruit you get at your grocery store was actually picked, obviously a long time ago, relatively speaking, when it was not ripe, so that by the time it's on the shelf, it is ripe. And then there are limited storing capabilities for you to keep it from rotting, right? With frozen fruit and frozen vegetables, if you look at my freezer, we've got a whole half of the frozen freezer is frozen fruits and vegetables, and they're super easy. If you don't need a fruit salad immediately but can wait a day, take a bag of frozen berries, they're much more cost effective, by the way. That was the other benefit. So they're ripe, they're perfectly ripe, and they're much more cost effective, especially if price or cost is important to you. Then frozen options and canned options are very good. But if you want to make a great fruit salad, you can use frozen fruit. So I take frozen berries and then pour it into, I have 2 like frozen blackberries and frozen blueberries and frozen strawberries, and pour those into one bowl. Wait the next morning, it's thawed out. It's got great juices in there. There's no added sugar. And that would be the only issue that I have with canned fruits, is that make sure it's not in a syrup.
Do you eat canned
Absolutely. I will eat any fruit. Any fruit I will eat. I'm a big believer in eating fruit in any way, shape, or form.
I can't say that I eat canned fruit.
My favorite are canned peaches.
What do you eat? Oh, I was gonna say
my favorite canned peaches. Oh yeah. But make sure that it's not in syrup. That's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
Just make sure that canned options are not in syrup.
Yeah. Good. That's good.
Yeah, so that's myth number 1. Myth number 1 is that fresh fruits and vegetables are always better than any other option, and that just simply isn't true. The second is all fat is bad. Another hot word, all, right? All fat is bad. In the 1980s, that's when research started coming out where they realized that a gram of fat was actually equal to 9 calories, while it would be a gram of carbs or a gram of protein was only 4 calories. And so people started thinking that fat was making you fat. And so they started taking fat out of snacks. Do you know what they added instead?
What did they add? Sugar?
Sugar. They added
Okay.
sugar. So that's why I don't buy low fat anything, because
Yeah.
first of all, what fat that's bad for you is the vegetable oil that McDonald's has used to put its French fries in, or the peanut oil that Chick-fil-A has put their French fries in, right? I mean, we definitely want to stay away from that fat, right? Avocados, eat the avocados.
Eat them.
Nuts,
Yeah.
eat the nuts, right? And snacks, the benefit to fat is that it makes you feel fuller for longer. That is the number one benefit from a let's say weight loss standpoint, as opposed to eating those snack wells. You remember those snack well snacks? I assume they're still around. People ate them like crazy.
Right.
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 What kind of fat do you eat? Any fatty snacks?
I eat avocados.
Okay.
A lot of avocados. I also eat raw almonds occasionally, and raw pumpkin seeds. I put those in salads.
Yeah.
Because I like to have something crunchy.
Yes.
So yeah.
Okay. Very good. Very good. The next one is that people with type 2 diabetes should not eat fruit.
Ooh.
Yeah. So
why do you think? Yeah. I was just gonna say, why do you think that is?
The idea is that there is sugar in fruit, and diabetics should not consume sugar. And some other people who are non-diabetic believe we shouldn't eat fruit because there's sugar in fruit. And
I've heard that too.
Yeah, that's a myth. In fact, there can be great desserts, right? In fact, there oftentimes I go out to eat and I'll get pancakes, and instead of putting syrup on my pancakes, I know you're surprised I eat a pancake every now and then. When I do, instead of putting syrup or honey or jelly on the pancakes, I actually order fruit on the side, and I put the fruit on top of the pancake, and it makes it sweet, right? So it's my sweet with my pancakes. I know lots of people make fun of the way I eat, and you're one of them.
Well, I mean, if they look at you, I don't think they're going to make fun of the way you eat, because you're a very fit, muscular guy. So I don't think someone's going to go, oh, well, let me make fun of the way he eats. Obviously, you have it figured out.
I like to think so. So if I can reiterate, eat the fruit. Eat the fruit.
Yeah, your body knows what to do with the fruit. Your body knows how to break down the fruit. The sugar in the natural sugars in fruit. It's the other junk, the other sugars, the fake sugars that our body does not know what to do with. And that's where the problem comes in. And then on top of that, people are still drinking the heck out of some orange juice and apple juice.
So there is a difference. Let's qualify the difference. There's a huge difference between fruit juice, which is just sugar water. That's all that, with a minimal amount of the vitamins and minerals that you would normally get from whole fruit, right? So you're really just like a hummingbird. And that is a dessert. Fruit juice is a dessert. It's basically
you're eating the hummingbird. You're eating the hummingbird diet, but you're not moving as fast as the hummingbird.
Correct. You're not moving your wings as fast as the hummingbird.
That's the problem.
But when it comes to sugar in fruit, from a chemist, I'm a chemist. From a chemistry perspective, sugar is sugar. But with fruit, what happens is the sugar that is in the fruit, it comes along with vitamins, it comes along with minerals, and it comes along with fiber that helps regulate the fiber helps regulate the sugar absorption into your body. So, sugar is sugar when it comes to fruit versus table sugar, but more or less, I'm being generic here. Fructose is in fruit, sucrose is table sugar. But they're treated very similarly in your body. But the benefit to fruit are all the vitamins and minerals and the fiber that comes along. So we want to stay away from fruit juices, but we want to eat as much whole foods. And this is whole foods, including whole fruit, whole vegetables, whole protein sources. Those are what we want to be eating.
Yeah, I love it. Love it, love it, love it.
And then speaking of whole foods, we'll go into a whole food that's a carbohydrate, and that is white potatoes. Have you heard that white potatoes are bad for you?
Okay, so this is a bit confusing. Okay. I've heard both sides of this.
Okay.
White potatoes are bad for you. And I don't know where that myth is coming from. I know last week we talked about, fried potatoes, of course, French fries and things like
Yeah,
that.
so that's what
That's
when we start talking about, potatoes are bad for you. Let's put potatoes in quotes. French fries are bad for you. Anything
right.
being fried,
Anything fried.
that's going to be bad for you. And the number one thing in America that we fry are potatoes, right?
Mhm.
And so it's not that the potato itself is not bad for you. Especially when you prepare it, roast it, bake it. If you're like me, we're going to put it in the air fryer, which isn't the same as frying because we're not putting it in with oil, right? At least not with a whole lot of vegetable oil. We will season it with a little bit of salt and pepper, a little bit of rosemary and thyme, and a little bit of olive oil. A very expensive olive oil, by
Yes.
the way. If you
I
really
love
want to,
olive
if you
oil.
really want to up your food game and make boring food taste really delicious and impress your friends, cook the food like you normally would. Just use expensive olive oil. Just upgrade your olive oil, and it will make a world of difference in
And
the
give me,
taste.
if you want to give me a gift, you can give me expensive olive oil in a glass jar. I do not
Yes.
want my olive oil in a plastic
No.
container.
It should definitely be in glass always. Yeah, olive oil should always be in glass. Yeah. So
I think that'd be a great coaching gift.
Let me write that down real quick. We do have Christmas coming up in about 3 months. So here's your expensive olive oil in a
For
glass
sure.
bottle.
Oh, I would be thrilled with that. I would love that.
Excellent. The last nutrition myth is that fundamental, and here we go. Here's the key word, fundamental, that fundamental nutrition advice changes a lot.
It does.
The reality is that it does not. Fundamental nutrition advice does not change, and it has not changed in over 70 years, which
Marketing
is
nutrition advice
correct.
changes all the time.
Clickbait articles, which we talked about last week, that has changed, right? News organizations, or not even news organizations, but anyone who wants you to click on their article to read the scariest headline, that has changed over time. But fundamental nutrition advice has not changed, which is to eat whole foods, including fruit and vegetables and whole protein sources. Eat whole foods, mostly plants, fruits and vegetables, and not too much. Those three things have been part of our governmental advice for over 70 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. So we just need to quit, on all these fad diets and all these marketing gimmicky ideas about what we should be eating, and just stick with the basics. Keep it simple.
Stick with the basics. Yeah. So our 5 myths that we need busting: fresh fruits and vegetables are always better than frozen or canned options. All fat is bad. That was number 2. People with diabetes or anyone should not eat fruit. That was number 3. That was our 3rd myth. White potatoes are bad for you. They are not bad for you. That was myth number 4. And then fundamental nutrition advice keeps changing a lot. And the reality is it has not changed very much at all in over 70 years.
Interesting. This is a good article.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, Clancy.
Back to the basics.
Back to the basics.
All right, Mythbusters. Good job.
See you later.
Okay, Brian. Bye.
Bye. You can get every episode of Busy People Getting Fit wherever you listen to your podcasts or on YouTube. You can also reach us at busypeoplegettingfit.com. Until next time, thank you for listening.